So, a few days ago, something unusual happened. I was on Twitter, average day, nothing special on the timeline, until I saw this kid tweeting about how Spartak Moscow's official account followed him back, and I was like, I want that. And just as I opened their profile, I thought to myself, you know what's actually way better than a follow back? Yeah, YouTube clickbait. So yeah, I messaged them and I said, choose a legend from your club and I'll make a video on it. And they were clearly very enthusiastic about it, so they replied with Quincy Promes. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm at right now. Let's get into it. Quincy Promes was born in Amsterdam, son of Surinamese immigrants. He began playing at youth level at RKSV, eventually joining the mighty Ajax. Sadly, they would let go of him when he was 16, not because they didn't believe he had it in him to become a pro player, but because of his poor behavior as a teenager. This led to him temporarily signing to HFC Arlem, before FC Twente would give him another shot at a major club. Only 2 years after joining, he would get his professional debut at FC Twente, who would later loan him out to a second division Dutch club named Go Ahead Eagles, where he would become a fan favorite in no time, even getting the nickname Pro Messi, as he helped the team earn that promotion to the first division for the first time in 18 years. Twente would be so impressed with his performances back in Go Ahead Eagles that they would bring him back to the club, and once again it would be a matter of weeks before he would become one of the main men at the club. By November, he'd go on a goal scoring streak lasting 5 games that was only stopped as he got injured and was out for the rest of the year. Still, by December, he'd win the Best Player in the League award. He came back for the second half of the season, earning himself a new contract and a debut for the Dutch national team. But still, he would injure himself again. This wouldn't stop some big clubs from trying to sign him, such as Juventus and Valencia, but ultimately, he would not resist the temptation of playing for the best club in Russia and would sign for Spartak Moscow for 15 million euros. His time at Spartak would define his career. He would once again easily settle at the club, even saying that the harsh weather conditions in Russia suited him. He would enjoy his time there so much that by November he'd win the Player of the Month award. The season would go by smoothly, as he'd win the award once more in April and would finish it with 13 goals and 8 assists, which would make him the club's top scorer. Still, that year, Spartak fell short of managing to qualify for any European competitions. Despite being heavily linked with a transfer out of the club that summer, he would insist in staying at Moscow, which would prove to be a favorable decision for Spartak, as he'd win Player of the Month in August, then September, and for good measure, he also won it in October and November. By December, he'd score in the first minute of a game against Krylia Sovetov Samara, which I hope I'm not pronouncing wrong. In January, the rumors of him leaving would come back, and this time he would hint that his time at Moscow could be nearing its end. Regardless, he'd finished the season with 18 goals and 8 assists, which would make him the second highest league goal scorer, which would help Spartak Moscow get qualified for the Europa League. The next season started with Promes fighting off rumors that he would leave. He would be moved into a more central role on the pitch, only getting 12 goals. Still, he would be the top scorer for the team, who would this time win the league and qualify for the Champions League. The fairy tale would continue as Promes scored the winning goal in the Super Cup the following year. It would start the year with 5 goals in 8 league matches, despite the team struggling to maintain good form. In the Champions League, it would become notorious after scoring 2 goals and being the man of the match in a 5-1 win against Sevilla. Still, Spartak would not manage to qualify, being moved to the Europa League, where they would be knocked out in their first match against Athletic Bilbao. By the end of the year, he would win the Player of the Year award. The series of notable achievements would continue as he managed to become the club's highest ever foreign goal scorer, and he would even captain the club for 3 matches in the absence of Denis Glushakov, as he would finish the year with 21 goals, which would make him the league's top scorer. This would be his last ever full season at the club, as he would leave for Sevilla for 20 million euros, beating the record for highest fee paid for a Spartak Moscow player. This wouldn't be his best decision, as he would mostly be used as a substitute, only managing to score 3 goals in the single season he spent there. Because of his unsuccessful stay at Sevilla, he would move to Ajax for 15 million euros, which would prove to be a much better decision than his previous transfer, as he would quickly find back his form, getting 8 goals for Ajax in 12 matches. Ajax would nearly make it to the knockout stages of the Champions League, as they were leading 4-1 against Chelsea, but eventually they would manage the comeback and Ajax would be knocked out into the Europa League. And just like this, we arrive at the current date where Ajax is first on the league but might not get the title because of the disease whose name shall not be spoken, because, well, YouTube doesn't like it very much, you see. So yeah, regardless, let's hope Spartak enjoyed my small offering. This was Quincy Promes' career in a video. I make a lot of similar videos to this. You could go check them out if you're new to the channel and you're interested. I normally go over some of the greatest players of all time, such as Luis Figo, Ronaldinho, Roberto Carlos, Wayne Rooney. Just go check it out, so yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video regardless. If you did, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.